My name is Panda, and we're building Data Agora, a data market for machine learning. Our entire team is stacked with Berkeley engineers who have worked at top tech companies, done research with top professors, and been executives of top tech clubs on campus. Throughout our collective decade of experience with machine learning, we've all come to the same conclusion. The biggest problem in machine learning isn't your model or your own intelligence, it's the data that you're working with. So as we're graduating, we want to set out to build a solution to the biggest problem in machine learning: getting high-quality data. I mean, getting high-quality data is pretty difficult, but selling that high-quality data isn't easy either. Data providers can't sell directly to data buyers because there's no marginal cost on data. If I buy data, I can just copy it and resell it to someone else. So every data provider has to go through a data broker, like Axiom or Equifax. And these data brokers are huge. In last year alone, the data brokerage market was over $200 billion, and it's only growing each year, as is the part of that we can address with our solution. The amount of data that's going towards data and AI, around 40 billion last year, and that's only growing because AI is a very fast-growing tech sector. With these data brokers come data breaches. Equifax was not a one-off incident. In 2017, there were over 2,000 data breaches compromising over billions and billions of records. Now, hundreds of those data breaches are due to privilege of misuse. The exact scenario I described earlier, when you give someone access to your data, and they just copy it and give that access to your competitors, their partners, etc. And that's a place where we can step in and make a solution. Privacy is also a really big concern for data brokers. New regulations like GDPR in the European Union are making it very difficult for people to just go about the regular big data marketplace, buying and selling data how they please. Now, there are many more problems in the big data marketplace, but at Data Agora, we believe that they all have one cause: giving up control of your data. At the heart of it, if the data ever leaves your server, you have no idea what's going to happen to it. I can de-anonymize the data of all your consumers and start directly targeting them with my ads. Your consumers will hate that. Your customer will get bad PR. I will copy your data set and sell it around and make sure I steal all of your revenue. We have a solution that prevents all of that by making sure you keep control of your own data with a protocol of decentralized machine learning. We built this a few weeks ago at the Y Combinator Hackathon and won first place from over 40 other startup teams competing for an interview at the best accelerator in the world. Now, our tech is actually, in philosophy, not that complex. Currently, data goes from a data provider to a model developer. It gets centralized, and the model developer trains their model. Using our protocol, model developers send their machine learning models and artificial intelligences securely to the data providers, who then train it. This has a ton of benefits on both sides. Data providers can monetize their data in a safe, secure, and private fashion because data never leaves their servers. Using our federated learning research, model developers are able to train their models to similar levels of accuracy with 1/10 the data and orders of magnitude faster. And of course, they're only paying for what they need: training the model on the data. Our business model is pretty simple. Model developers pay data providers to train machine learning models on data, and we take a cut in the middle. Our customer traction is actually pretty high, even though we pivoted just a few weeks ago. We already have initial partnerships in IoT, social media, and application data, and we're looking to start processing thousands of gigabytes a month starting very soon. Because our transaction volumes are so high on these amounts of data, specifically in the realm of IoT data, we're going to be making significant revenue off of just a few sales. We also have enterprise data buyers lined up outside of our existing market so that we can look to demonstrate and validate the network effects of other companies coming in. These are top tech companies, specifically working with directors of data science at these companies. And because our technology has already been validated at a very public scale, there's a video of Sam Altman asking us questions about our AI technology. We're able to roll out very quickly and start demoing and beta testing. Thank you.
Great presentation. Can you talk a little bit more about the go-to-market side? I mean, this particular thesis have been talked about for quite a long time in marketing and across a lot of different sectors. But we'd love to hear more about go-to-market, how you're acquiring data.
Yeah, so we're working through two sides. The VC network through VC firms that have been very willing to give us introductions to like these top tech companies who obviously we wouldn't be able to get an interview with a director of data science at Lyft without help of other people. And at the much smaller level, the startup network at UC Berkeley. Our entire team is like UC Berkeley engineers. We have lots of connections in research, and so we're able to talk to both sides, sort of the small and the larger. The sales cycle pretty much goes like us approaching an enterprise data provider and saying, you know the way that you sell data today, which is terrible and allows people to steal your data and start reselling it? We have a solution that allows you to come in and just keep all the data on your server. That enterprise data provider brings in not only their data, but also all the enterprise buyers who have previously been buying their data. Moreover, these enterprise data providers are also anxious to come back in, buy more data, because generally big data companies like both data and AI. So in that way, we're able to sort of bootstrap the marketplace with every initial partnership, and customers are both buyers and sellers on both sides.
So things are moving fast. What's your biggest challenge right now?
Biggest challenge is probably going to be keeping up with the partnerships. Our team obviously will not have the bandwidth to be talking to 10 different companies and installing software on all of their devices. So we're going with the philosophy of just focusing on 1 or 2 companies that really love what we're doing so that we can validate the technology and the ROI so that then when we raise money and scale with the sales force, we can go to companies and say, here are the numbers. Here's absolute proof that this has been working for months and months beforehand. These are like the bandwidth costs, et cetera.
So this is super high tech, and I'm just curious, from the competitive perspective, I'm sure other people are doing this. What is your advantage? Is it just speed?
Yeah, so we're the only technology that allows you to train deep networks on decentralized data. There's a very mathy explanation there with fully homomorphic encryption. It's here multi-party computation, but I will spare you all of that. Basically, deep networks are a lot better than regular machine learning models when you're working with really large data sets. And we're training models orders of magnitude faster, while our competitors are training them up to 100 to 200 times slower.
In terms of the data acquisition strategy, why not be more focused? Why not say, hey, I'm going to go collect all the location-based data, or focus on autonomous vehicles, and then collect a much deeper data set?
Yeah, so right now we're focusing on like IoT data for the most part. That's why it's in the center of the screen. So we went to HVAC data, Wi-Fi sensors, sensors about like which people are in which rooms, and then we're looking at enterprise data buyers outside of that who are looking to train models for energy management purposes. So if I can reduce the costs on AC by training an AI that knows when to turn off the AC because there aren't going to be people likely to be in the room at that time, you can save a lot of money. So really focusing on the IoT vertical because you have